Good evening, it's Norma Cowie, and it's just coming up to 7 o'clock, and I'm here for Mental Mind Treatments. I welcome you all who's going to be here, who's coming in, who's dropping in. Well, for me, summer's kind of arrived. Well, spring has arrived. The sun shines here. The temperatures are hotter. I've got my flowers in their pots for the summer. Everything always feels so much better when the sun is shining. I'm a sun bunny, unfortunately, because at this time in my life, I'm not allowed out in the sun too much. So it's one of those things. But I'm here, and it's Monday night. And I've just been watching part of American Idol, and the singing this year is so good. I used to love to sing. My voice seemed to be for that, and I had fun with it over the years. But I don't know, something switched and changed, and I don't sing so well these days. But I love to listen to great singing. And this year, American Idol certainly has it. I'm privileged in that I can record from the Eastern channels, so I get them a little earlier, so I'm not up too late for some of the other shows. But this year, oh man, I tell you, it's unbelievable. Some of the sounds these young people are making, they're just so good. Best I've seen for such a long time. Anyway, Mental Mind Treatments. If you want to give me 3 numbers, you're welcome. If you don't want to give me 3 numbers, that's fine too. I also have put my newsletter out today and announcing that on Saturday, the 13th of May, which happens to be my first wedding anniversary, actually, when I first arrived in Canada. I got married almost the next day. And I put on special for readings because my crystal ball has been winking at me the last while and it wants to be used again. So I'm going to do crystal ball and tarot for 20 minutes, $50, my special for the month. Anyway, okay, let me get to the people. So enough of me chatting away here. So Maggie G, welcome. And she says, good evening, Norma and everyone. So happy to be here. And my numbers are 10, 16, and 21. I'll just make a note of that. Okay, let's take a look and see what we're going to get here and what we may need to do. You know, what I'm seeing here is change. Everywhere I'm looking around, there's change you're creating. There's change that's coming in from the outside. And the key here will be for you to keep balance, to keep your balance in the change and recognize, and I just want to say this, is to ensure you have your eye on the prize of to what you want to have the changes, where you want the changes to end. Because these kind of changes, some kinds can throw you in a loop and not really be sure of what, where, what's up, what's down, which way am I going. I would say for perhaps the next 6 weeks, that's probably already hit, but for the next 6 weeks, I would think that you need to be like the hub of the wheel a little bit and direct yourself through the uncertainty and through the changes. It also talks about letting go that which you cannot change. Sometimes changes is just a matter of getting reacquainted, reorganizing, re-putting things in perspective. And sometimes you have to learn how to let go. Let go of dreams, let go of hopes, let go of people, let go of circumstances, and trust the process of re-emerging and where you need to be, not where you want to be. And so consequently here, we need to have balance and awareness that everything is in its right place. So I'm just going to do a quick treatment on that, just so that we keep everything going very well. And I say thank you, Maggie, for asking for this evening. And for anyone else who's listening, because that's what I get with the email. People say how much they get when they just listen, because they can't always be here at 7 o'clock on a Monday night. I know that there is one power and one essence. And I know as I speak my word for Maggie this evening, that it's like being in the center of a storm. It's a trusting and having faith and trust in the process of life, in the direction of where you're heading and where you're going and what you're doing. It's like knowing that no matter what, you are looked after, that the light of love and the essence of the what I call the universal love or the universe or God in heaven, however you want to think about it, is watching over you and through the storm. Think of yourself in the middle of a hurricane. We have to trust and know that no matter how it is, that it will pass and everything will be calm. I know that is just taking some time. There is some weeks involved in this, and it's about holding the light in the direction for your highest and your best good. I know Maggie G's highest and best is being activated. I know that all is there for everything that she requires and wish. And I release this thought knowing it is done. The time will pass and clarity will be certainly very, very clear. And so I give tremendous thanks and knowing that there is faith, there's trust, and there is a good resolution at the end by saying, and so it is. Amen. Oh, I'm going to take a big breath on that. Now, I also have had a very early this week a request, which I'm going to use next. And this is for Judy. Interesting enough, and we'll see if this shows up again. Number 16 is playing a part to play in this. Number 16, 3 and a 22. What I find as I move into the vibration here, that the 16 is always news, unexpected, that comes out of nowhere where you're not expecting it. And it's always about letting go of your expectations. And here it says, remember the love force. Remember your own heart. Remember the sense of what you really feel within yourself. And I want to say, do not consider the circumstances. Just let it all go. Acceptance is huge, yes. But here, because of the 3 following the 16, it says, use your natural love as you step forward in faith and knowledge and awareness. This is a transition time period, a tremendous time period. But it is change is if you hold, let me put it this way, if you are to hold on to what was, because you've been given some clarity by circumstances that you may not want to have clarity on, but it's saying stay with your heart, stay with the love, stay with the process, and move forward in faith and trust that life is on your side. So the clarity within your mind is clear. So we just move into the mental mind treatment by stating, I know there is one power and one essence that is in all things, no matter what they look like, that the love is there. And as we pull on the love, as we see the love, as we work with the love, that we have faith and hope and awareness as we step forward and let go of that which hurts, that which seems like shambles, that which seems like not part of what one wants in one world, but it is knowing within your mind so clear that the loving vibration is there for you to see beyond, to have clarity to see beyond the act or the words or the perceptions that were broken down. Sometimes the letting go of the old is the clearness of the way, so that the clarity comes so clear and so aware and so true. I give thanks in knowing that clarity of mind comes because we're not encumbered by our expectations or what we deem to be correct. We allow everything to flow with the ease and grace. So clarity of our mind is so clear that we just know that everything is taken care of and that we are loved beyond measure. I give thanks in knowing for Judy that the clarity of mind is there. I give thanks in knowing as I release this thought that her loving soul, her loving essence is going to put everything at peace or like at rest. So there's peace. And as she's able to move forward with faith, knowing that it all resolves itself in time. And as we release and let go, I just say, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Okay, we've got a couple of other people here. Marion says, good evening, Norma. Blessings to all. And we always appreciate Marion's blessings, which penetrate us throughout this whole thing. Karen, greetings. I would love a treatment for having more focus. I notice how my attention span is decreasing. Okay, just going to make a quick note of your numbers. Thank you for the numbers. It does help me, actually. 1 and another 16. Number 16 is 9. So we won't focus. Okay. First of all, let's talk about about 8, 1, and 16. In the power of the 8 is about balancing the material and the emotional world, we'll say, the mental world, the outside world. It's about balancing that which we can see, feel, and touch, as I touch my computer, and the unseen, the emotional and mental worlds. It's about that balance between. And the 1 says everything is possible, but we can want, we can desire, we can work to have things, we can have our hopes and our dreams, which is what the 1 says. It's all possible. Doesn't say when. If anybody is goal set, they know that sometimes when you set a goal, it isn't right away when you want it or in the time frame. What it is about recognizing that when you give over your power to that divine, to the love force, to God, to whoever you look to for inspiration, when you give over that things happen, because very often things have to be removed. That's that 16. It's removing that which is not pertinent in your growth. You've asked for something, but in order to have that, something has to be cleared away. It is not an easy time. I'm not saying it's fun. I'm not saying that it's an easy time at all. But what I am saying is that if you accept and let go, you rebuild in a new way that gets you to where you want to be. It is a beautiful and a wonderful time if you can let go. When you try to hold tight and say, well, what is it I need to understand in this? All you're doing is limiting. If you don't like what's happening, release it. Let it go. Knowing that it creates a space where everything is possible. It creates a space to balance. And it'll tell you you're on the right path for you or you're not. That's one of the hardest things sometimes in life, is to accept that what we want or how we want it to look or how we want it to be is not the most appropriate for our inner growth, for our faith and our trust and our awareness of all things. And so, my dear Karen, let's see. I know there's one power and one essence, and I know that Karen is connected to this beautiful energy of love. I also know that her inner strength and knowledge and awareness and desire to reach and get and attain her goals does create a focus. But I also am aware to be easy on oneself, to love oneself, to give yourself a little bit of credit, ease. Life will bring to you what you want. Life will come easily as you bring it in. And I know if you just relax and have no expectation of how it's supposed to show up, I think that's the major message here. Don't have any expectation of how it's going to show up. The big things always show up unexpected and in a very different framework than what you expect. Have focus on being you. Have focus on receiving the blessings from the universe, whatever you want to call that. Be open to that. When you're open to the blessings, they come, they arise, they're there. They give you some big surprises sometimes. It's like, what? What's that doing there? That 16 energy, even though it takes away, brings in new stuff. amazingly, and you're in a transition of letting go. So your focus is on receiving the blessings from the universe, no matter what it looks like, no matter if it's what you want or don't want. So just release, let go, know that you have focus and that your focus is on receiving the blessings from the universe. They will show you the way. They will show you your path. All things are possible is possible because you have access to all the bits and pieces. But sometimes certain bits and pieces have to leave. Can be people, can be circumstances, can be a dream that you've had for a long time, wondering when on earth it's going to show up. You just let it go because the universe always knows what's best for you in your growth, in your process, and all else. So I give thanks in knowing that Karen has focus in receiving the love of the universe with ease, with grace as she moves forward, knowing that she can have and be that which is the most pertinent for her at any given time. And we release this thought, knowing it is true and done for her by saying, and so it is. Amen. With lots of blessings today. Okay, and I thank you. There's my little message board's opening up here. Laurie Brady says, hi, Norma. And I say hi back. And she says, my numbers are 31, which is interesting. Because we go from 1 to 22, 12, and 70. So we're going to break these down a little bit more because I don't deal in those, all those. Usually I just deal between 1 and 22. And let me see. You want any guidance I can have, which I will have in just a second. Let me see, where am I, Laurie? Yeah, okay. Maggie says, thank you too, and I appreciate that. And then I've got someone else coming in. So, okay, we're looking at Laurie. The first thing when I look at this is about clarity. You don't really say what specifically it is. You just said, I would love any guidance you have for me. I want clarity. I want a sense of knowing my power, knowing my sense of what I can create and what I can't create, and accepting that. Accepting who I am, because the answer really relies inside you. I think this is about you knowing your worth, knowing the purpose of who you are. I have no idea of your age, because that usually in the very beginning when I study these, I say put my age, and the regulars know that. But it's like, I want you to know, Laurie, that you have so much within you that you just need to accept. Yeah, thank you for your age. There it is there. I can't. Yes, I know you didn't realize. That's fine. It's new. It's fine. And I make adjustments. That's my job. Now, but I still want to go back to this. I think this is about deep worthiness and acceptance that you are loved for who you are, what you have done, what you have achieved, where you're at, where you want to go in relation to life. I just feel it's not about letting go, and it's not about achieving. It's about acceptance of you, of recognizing your power, recognizing who you truly are. And in recognizing who you truly are, there is such a expansiveness for you to experience. And I'm just going to shift this into a small mental mind treatment for you. And as I speak my word for Laurie, I know that there is one power and there is one essence, and that this essence is so strong that sometimes it feels like not sure what to do with it. It almost boils like a nervous energy. And it's a matter of just opening your palms and letting it out, letting out. So the clarity comes, the willingness comes. And if you have someone that you're concerned about, you just direct that energy to that person, because it's love. You are a basis of love and a perception of knowing that So this is about accepting your own power, I do believe. I really believe it's about accepting the sense of who you are and what you want to do. So think acceptance of me, acceptance of self, acceptance of all that you are. And in that moment, we release anything that is critical, anything that says I'm not worthy of this power, or I'm not worthy of this knowledge, or I should be this way or that way. Just erase it. It has nothing to do with the essence of who you are. You have your power, you have your belief, you have the awareness of who you are and the direction of where you're going. See, I'm coughing on it. It's so strong. It really is like, how do we get all this out? There is love here. And it's a matter of just accepting that love that you have and that you can use that energy. And if it builds up, just rub your palms together or with your thumbs from the other hand, open them up. You can put it to yourself if you feel you need it. You can let it go out to the universe, but it's there to be utilized. And that is what will bring you peace, love, and understanding. I give thanks in the knowing of this, Laurie. I give thanks in having you on here. I say thank you, thank you, thank you, as I release this thought, knowing it is true and it is done. You are who you are, a beautiful, beautiful being. And so it is. Amen. Okay, Maggie, where are we here? Lisa Murray. I would love any guidance you have for me. I saw you a long time ago for a reading in Chilliwack. Yeah, we haven't been back for a wee while. I see people giving their numbers. What numbers should I provide, if possible, between numbers 1 and 22? Well, the higher arcana of the tarot. Whoops, throwing my pen around now. And so but if there's something in particular that you would like, and you can add that at the bottom, and I will add that in. Oh, here we go. Here's the numbers: 7, 17, 21. Yeah, and you're welcome any Monday night, 7 o'clock, when I go live with these. And okay, again, what we're seeing is change here and an acceptance of your own knowledge and your own power and bringing it into balance with your world. There's been a change. Now, the change happened months ago, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, where things changed, but the essence of you has not changed. The essence of who you are and where you are knowing and who you are and the strength that you are and all of those things. There is love, there is light, there is joy within you, and you have knowledge, and that knowledge can be utilized within your world. You can balance it. What other people don't always have knowledge. They have awareness, they have opinions, they have, sometimes absolutely opposite to perhaps what you think. But that's where the acceptance of and the letting go. You don't try and convince people who don't understand anymore. It's time just to really recognize the essence of who you are. So I give thanks in knowing that as it's Lisa Marie, I got your wrong name down here. As Lisa Marie moves ahead, I think we're in the right place. Hang on a minute. I'm getting my messages mixed up here a bit. Yes. So it says, we got disconnected there for a while, and I was still talking, so it was okay. So Lisa, the 7, 17, and 21. I really just think you need to recognize your worth and know. So I'm just going to give in this moment the knowingness that you know your worth, that the connection is strong, that it brings you to the being of who you are and where you're heading, that let go of the past. It's past. You can't bring that back. What has been said, what has been done, all of those things, just let it go. For there is love, there is light, there is beingness, and all things in all ways. And I give thanks in knowing that as I release the thought, you are worthy. Okay, that's for you, Lisa Mary. Now, Laurie says, I thank you. I needed to hear that. We all need to hear basically what's said there. She's saying, I have many health struggles, especially with my brain. Yeah, I would love anything you have for me. Well, it's like I said, this is about recognizing things are changing, but understand who you are. And in understanding who you are, that will make the difference. We, unfortunately, very often we come to a place where we have all these things begin to happen. And we have to accept to some degree, but also we need to know in the purpose of the direction of where we're heading and where we're going. And I just want to make sure my phone is actually turned off, which it isn't, because something just rang through. And I just, aging isn't always easy because often we have knowledge and awareness and perception. And yet, our physical bodies sometimes just begin to break down in many, many different ways. And there's also many ways to look at it. If we go natural way, if we go the medical way, if we go both, and all those different things. And it's just to go back inside and remember what it is you know and listen. Listen to your inner being. Listen to your heart. Listen to what you have and know. Okay, I'm just going to go do a couple of other treatments here. My friend Marion, who was up there earlier. Okay. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know that all things are in their right and proper place. That timing often isn't always in our man-made way, but it is there to receive. I see you standing on top of a hill with your arms open wide, receiving the blessings from above as they manifest into the material world. And in that manifestation, the joy and the love and the appreciation is just so huge that it's like everything around is celebrating with life, with love, and with the essence. And I give thanks in the knowing that it is the receiving right inside to the very core that is allowing everything to blossom and be as one wants and one wishes. And therefore, I would say, and so it is as we release this, knowing it's true and done. And so it is. Amen. Because so many people watch this later, I decided that today I would just do some basic treatments for certain things that anyone can feel if they need that, they can really take it in. Now, the first one I wanted to do is to feel whole and complete, because very often we forget that we're whole and complete because we have mental or emotional things going on and we get a little bit out of whack. So, knowing there is one power in one essence, I speak my word in knowing that the ability to feel whole and complete is a breath away. As we breathe in the lovingness within this world, as we breathe in the essence of being, the strength from the earth, the clarity from the air, the whole element of beauty all around us, as we breathe that in, knowing that we also within our beings are whole and complete. That when we have misalignment within ourselves, when our systems do not want to work because of all sorts of different things, that the love essence is invited in to bring about strength, to bring about health, to bring about wealth and well-being. And we release and let go of anything else on any different level, any worry, any concern, any restriction of any kind. And we open ourselves to know and feel whole and complete in the moment for every breath that we take, knowing the universal's love is there for us to bring us into balance and awareness, strength, love, so that we can move forward in our lives, knowing exactly where we want to go and how we want to be. I give thanks in the knowing that the universal force is there. I give thanks in knowing that it can be breathed in, and incorporated and to become at one with who we are. And I release anything that does not look like love or self-acceptance or awareness. And I release this whole thought knowing that it's true, and it is done by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, I'm going to have a sip of water because I've been talking for a little bit. Just a sip. Okay, the next one I wrote down was to accept what is there and have faith and trust in the future. It's a little different than what we had before. So let's see what comes up. Knowing there is one power and one essence, and knowing this power in essence is it's always there, I join myself with that by accepting that energy of love. The energy of knowing is right there, and that creates within me and anyone else who listens the faith and the trust in the future. I know the loving force has my back every moment. I know that my pathway is laid out. And if I am making a mistake, if I am thinking incorrectly, it is shown to me. And in showing to me, I can then make corrections. I can make a different path. I can go a different way because I have faith and trust in the loving force that is here on the planet looking after me. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in accepting that I am loved beyond measure. I give thanks in accepting that I am open to change. I give thanks in accepting that I can release and let go that which is not for my highest and best. As I accept and move into the love and know that I have faith and trust as how my life is progressing, I am eternally and grateful right down to the very bottom of my DNA, and my soul soars with love and lovingness. And so I release this whole thought knowing it is true, that by accepting what is there, I have faith and trust in the future by letting go and allowing it to unfold exactly as it needs to for my highest and best. I am so wonderfully at one by saying, and so it is. Amen. The other, I had a third one, always deal in threes. Clarity of the situation, so easy to move forward. I know there is one power in one essence, and I speak my word. Excuse me. Yeah, I want clarity for the situation, and I've got myself having a little attack of coughing. Yes. No coughing all day to now, so isn't that interesting? So let me start again. I know there is one power in one essence, and I know that there is clarity of the situation in my life. And it's so easy to move forward if I am aware of the love force supporting me, moving forward, showing me steps that I need or to take or be aware of even. To allow myself to know that my footsteps in the sand are there for my highest and best. That my footsteps forward, and I speak for every person who wants to be able to have clarity of any situation in their lives, is to know that your highest and best is activated all the time. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in knowing there is one power and one essence. I give thanks in knowing I'm connected to this power, and I have faith and trust, and especially clarity to see where I may be tripping up or maybe not seeing the true value of what is there before me. In knowing this, I am willing to let go this thought, knowing it is true and done, that I have clarity of the situation. I am easily able to move forward in the direction that I want to go in. That life is there to support me, love me, care for me, and show me, not always in the easy way, but to show me where I can make changes to grow more, to be more complete, to be more in step with faith and trust, and most of all, to know that I am totally moving in the appropriate, correct direction. And as I give thanks for this knowledge and awareness, I also release it out into the universe, knowing it is true, that clarity of any situation, so I can move forward easily and at one. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. As I come back and look at my screen here, the chat was disconnected for a while, and it says, please wait while we try to reconnect you. The interesting thing was I kept working away anyway and didn't really notice that till much later. Lisa Marie says, thank you. Now, Karen says, I think we lost connection. I am ready to hear your message. Thanks again. Your message is being done. So you're going to need to re-listen to this. And CJ, who we haven't had before, and I'll do this as this will be my last one because of the timing, 1, 11, and 22. But no, nothing, not what that applies to. CJ, what this says basically is that everything is possible for you, but you need to decide what you want to do. You need to commit to your journey so that you step forward in faith and trust. If you're waiting for some great sign, what's the word? I was correct, Karen. That as we move forward, as you move forward, you need to recognize that your commitment to your path is what's important. You need to step out. You need to be confident in yourself. So I'm just going to do a quick mental mind treatment that the acceptance of your own decision is solid in the direction of where you're heading. Yes, everything is possible for you. And faith and trust needs to be applied. But the key here is a decision for you to make, to hear what it is. And on that note, Karen, my dear, you'll need to re-listen because I don't hold them in my head, as you know. I did hear if you were correct. You did hear it. I was correct. Thank you. Thank you. I misread. It's getting to the end of the day. Okay. That's it for this Monday night. I give thanks for you to tuning in. Let your friends know. Re-listen during the week. Sometimes people find they need to re-listen to those treatments several times. Also, too, I just want to say, if anybody, I am offering my little special on the Saturday the 13th. We're using my crystal ball as well as my tarot cards for mini readings. I also will be here Wednesday morning with the looking at May. And the readings have actually been quite interesting through the months, especially last month in April. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Wednesday morning brings us for May. And then, of course, Sunday Thought always comes in. So this week I spoke about perseverance. Oh, that was interesting. Anyhow, wish you well. Thank you all. And we'll see you next week, 7 o'clock, Monday. I was going to say Monday morning. No, Monday night. Yeah. Back to the singing. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye now.